Hey everyone, welcome back to VS Tech. In today's video, we're going to explore the key differences between macOS and Linux, two powerful operating systems that share a common Unix-based foundation but serve very different kinds of users. If you've ever wondered which one is better for you, whether you're a developer or designer, or just someone curious about technology, this video will make it all clear. Let's start with the basics. macOS is developed by Apple and comes exclusively with Apple devices like the MacBook, iMac, and Mac Mini. On the other hand, Linux is an open source operating system built and maintained by a global community of developers. You can install Linux on almost any computer, a desktop, laptop, or even a server. The biggest difference right from the start is cost. macOS comes only with Apple hardware, which is usually expensive, while Linux is completely free and can run on even older machines. Now, macOS is known for its polished and consistent design. Everything from the dock to the window animations is clean and user-friendly. Apple focuses heavily on providing a smooth experience for everyday users and professionals alike. Linux, however, gives you full freedom. You can choose from hundreds of distributions like Ubuntu, Fedora, Debian, or Linux Mint, each offering a slightly different experience. If you like customizing your desktop, themes, icons, and even how your operating system behaves, Linux gives you that power. macOS is more of a what you see is what you get experience, while Linux is make it the way you want. When it comes to performance, both are very efficient in their own ways. macOS is optimized specifically for Apple OS hardware. The integration between software and hardware makes it smooth and stable. Linux, on the other hand, is known for being lightweight and fast. It can run perfectly on older or low-end hardware. You can even build a minimal version of Linux that uses almost no resources. So, if performance and flexibility are what you're after, Linux has the edge. Security is another major difference. Both macOS and Linux are considered more secure than Windows, but they handle security differently. Apple tightly controls its ecosystem. You can only install apps from the App Store or from verified developers unless you manually override security settings. Linux security comes from its open source nature. Anyone can view the source code, find bugs, and fix them. This transparency makes it incredibly safe. Viruses on Linux are rare, and even if one appears, it's usually fixed quickly by the community. Now, let's talk about software availability. macOS is fantastic for creative professionals. If you're into video editing, music production, or graphic design, you get top-tier tools like Final Cut Pro, Logic Pro, and professional Adobe applications. These tools are not available on Linux. On the other hand, Linux is a favorite among developers, system administrators, and programmers. It supports programming languages like Python, Java, C, and C++ natively, and its terminal is more powerful and flexible. Many servers, cloud platforms, and data centers around the world run on Linux. Gaming is one area where both operating systems lag behind Windows, but they're improving. macOS has some decent game support through Steam and Apple Arcade, but it's still limited compared to Windows. Linux used to be known as bad for gaming, but thanks to Steam Proton and Vulkan, you can now play a lot of modern titles. However, macOS focuses more on productivity and stability than gaming. When it comes to updates, macOS updates are managed directly by Apple. You get regular, stable updates, but you have little control over how or when they install. Linux gives you full control. You can update your system whenever you want, even choose which parts to update or ignore. Some distributions update very frequently, while others prefer long-term stability. The command line is where Linux truly shines. If you love using the terminal, Linux gives you Bash, Z, and many other tools that make it extremely powerful for scripting, automation, and development. macOS also has a Unix-based terminal, so it's great for developers too. But Linux simply offers more flexibility and control at the system level. In terms of file systems, macOS uses a PFS, which is optimized for Apple hardware and works well with SSD. Linux uses file systems like ext4 and BTRFs, which are known for reliability and performance. For servers and professional environments, Linux is still the top choice because it's stable, scalable, and easy to manage remotely. So, which one should you use? If you're someone who works in creative fields like video editing, graphic design, or music production, macOS is an excellent choice. It's stable, professional, and integrates beautifully with other Apple products. But if you're a developer, a tech enthusiast, or someone who loves to customize your system and get full control over your computer, Linux is unbeatable. In short, macOS is perfect for users who want a sleek, reliable, and professional system with minimal setup, while Linux is for those who want flexibility, performance, and control. Both are powerful, but they cater to very different audiences. And that's the full comparison between macOS and Linux. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to VS Tech for more tech comparisons and tutorials. And let me know in the comments which OS you prefer, macOS or Linux, and why. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.